Okay, he's Meg here. And so in the last vlog, we installed a 3G MAF into the car. We took it apart, we cleaned it up, and I made sure it fit also before we took it apart, and then we put it back in, and we installed it, and then we got that all squared away. So the 3G MAF is good to go. So the next item on our agenda here is the fuel injectors, okay? So these are the fuel injectors that we're going to go install in the Black Widow Galant VR4. Let's go take it out. Obviously, you need 4 of them. All right. Okay, here they are. So these are the injectors I had installed in my Eclipse GST before I installed like other. I installed some what is it, PTE 1000s, and then now I'm running FIC 660s. So these are, I think these are Nippon Denso. Yeah, they're Nippon Denso. But these are the stock injectors for an Evo 9, I think. I think it's an Evo 9 or Evo 8. It's the same injector. It's almost like a 560 injector, 560 cc. So if you guys don't know, the stock injectors on all the like the 1G or 2G turbos were 450 cc. Okay, and these are 560. I heard they're kind of more like a 590 or something. It's from what I've heard. They're, you know, if a Evo can make close to like 300 horsepower with these guys, yeah, you can probably make 300 horsepower in a Galant VR4 with these guys. So this should provide plenty of fuel for what we need. So you can see here, there's like 4 more light here, so you guys can see a little better. So there's the bottom of the injector right there. Okay. So you can see it's got like a 4-pin nozzle to it. Some injectors have just 1, some have 5, some have 2. You know, I think the stock Eclipse GST, the 2G, has like a dual like kind of outlet nozzle. I think, well, when we pull them out of the Galant, I think the Galant only has like a single. So yeah, so this is a 4. That's the kind of like, that's where it sprays out of. I don't know what's better, you know. So there's kind of, oh man, I'm getting a bunch of metal flakes on this. There's kind of like there's like 3 parts to it. There's like the injector itself, the kind of like sealing donut here. So what this is, it seals it to the intake manifold, so you get a good seal. This is important, that you have a good seal here, because it could introduce boost leaks. You don't want that. And then you've got an O-ring right here, and that's what keeps the fuel pressure in. So you can have a fuel leak if your O-rings are bad, you know, type of thing. They last for a long time. All right, so I'm getting them all dirty and stuff. I think I need to change this. Thing right here. Anyway, we're not going to work on right here. Okay, so what we're going to do today is, before we install these injectors, is we're going to go ahead and clean them first. So I've never cleaned injectors myself. I usually send them out to like Cruzin Performance or something and have them do it. But this time I'm going to try to attempt to clean it myself. So here's what we're going to clean it with. Okay, so here's the stuff that we're going to be cleaning it with. We're going to be cleaning it, well, we got to have like a little tray to catch all the stuff. I'll probably put like a napkin down on it, or tissue paper or something. Carb cleaner is the chemical we're going to be using to clean it. So I've heard this stuff on the interweb, so he's Mega thinks he knows what he's doing. I'm going to use a 12-volt battery. I'm going to use this Harbor Freight jump starter battery here as our 12-volt battery. And then we're going to get some kind of hose. I got a bunch of hoses here that we're going to try to make some kind of like a fitting, so the carb cleaner, you can shoot the carb cleaner through the injectors. Okay, So so I'm gonna go. Let's go. I'll go show you what we're gonna do with this first. The battery. Okay, so here's the idea here. I'm not really sure what the polarity is on these guys. So I don't think it really matters. I'm not sure. I hope I don't break it. But if you hook up a 12-volt battery to the pins here, you can open the injector. So I'm gonna go connect it to the battery here. Okay. And I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna connect this first. Let's connect this right here. Careful not to short them. Okay. And we connect this one to the battery. Actually, we can also use this. The jump starter has a switch on it, so. And then, so I'm just gonna momentarily push it on, and then you should hear a click when I turn it on. Oh, it's already on. Okay. Let's check if it has charge real quick. All right, it's got something. All right, so I'm gonna go give it some power. Hear that? Click, 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 click. So like every time your injector sprays something, there's a click like that. It opens real fast. Now, depending on your latency, I think it's called no, it's not latency. It's a yeah, I'll put a subtitle below. But there's a word for it. It's the time that your injectors are open, and you're pretty much when your injector flow rate is maxed out is when when the time to open it is like it's too long. So if it's too long, that means you need bigger injectors because you need to squirt more in at one time, and you're not able to do it with your injectors. So basically, however long it's open, that's that kind of like dwell time or something. And dwell is like that's for something like with the ignition timing, but yeah, for however long it's open. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hold it open like that, and then spray carb cleaner through it, and we should see carb cleaner flow through it. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is turn this off and hook this up. Okay, and when I flip this, it should turn on. Okay, turn it off. Cool. All right. So I don't know. Or we'll just stick with red on the left and black on the right. I'm not 100%. I think you could just switch them. I don't know if I'm breaking it or not, but hopefully not. The injector gets a little warm too. I know. Okay. It should run off of 12 volts just fine. So, all right. So now what we got to do is go find a way to hook this up to the injector. So the idea is we're going to open this up, and we're going to shoot some carb cleaner through it, and then it'll come out through the other end and it'll clean it. Probably don't have to do it for very long either. Probably like 5-10 seconds. All right, so I'm going to try to get a bunch of hoses together so we can connect this up in there. One thing we can already use for this is a little straw here, so that already helps right there. You got that straw right there, and then we can hook that up to another hose. I got a bunch of small hoses. These are like vacuum hoses right here. Right here. So I gotta get one of these small hoses, kind of like this here. That looks like it's perfect. Fit over that. Okay, so I just gotta get all this stuff to fit in there. Alright, I'll let you know when I get the right combo. Welcome to the Hades Omega Fuel Injector Cleaning Apparatus. So there it is. So I use 3 different size things. So this is the little straw that comes with the carb cleaner. And then I got like a teeny tiny little kind of vinyl hose here. And then I got a little vacuum line here. And I've shoved it into the injector. So this is what an injector looks like without it. Now you got to be very careful not to mess up that little screen in there. There's a little plastic screen in there, like a little fuel filter, sort of. But I got it all to fit in there nicely. So alternatively, you could probably get a big hose and shove it on top of everything here, but then you would have to neck it down even more. I think this will work, hopefully. Hopefully it won't make too much of a mess. All right, so now we got to go hook up our power apparatus to it. Actually, also you're going to want to probably use some safety glasses. The last thing I want is to get carb cleaner in my eyeballs. This may be a little messy, I'm not going to lie. Maybe you want to open the garage too, because it's probably going to smell like carb cleaner. Okay, so what we're going to do is get our power leads. Okay, make sure everything is off. Okay, connect the positive, connect the negative. Okay, Hazelmeg has never done this before. I don't know if it's going to work or not. So, and then we're going to hook up our bottle of carb cleaner here. Okay, there we go. Let me get a picture of this. Oh, this whole thing just came out. So the hardest part is to keep this one in here. This is the one that wants to come out. It's like almost a perfect fit. I'm just kind of forcing it in there a little bit. Okay, so all I have to do. Oh shit, dude. Gonna make sure this is in here first. I know, why don't you just send those injectors out to get them clean, 80s Omega? Alright, there it is. So that's the whole dealie right there. And then I have the power thing right there. Oh, it popped off again. Damn, this is annoying. Got it? So, the idea here... so this is how this is going to work. This is my little science experiment. I'm going to flick this open and then hit the carb cleaner and it should spray out the other end. And then you know you're getting it through the whole thing. And then we'll probably do that a couple times. Probably do it maybe 5 times. How about that? We'll just spray it for a second, give it a break, spray it for another second, give it a break, and then we probably want to note what the spray pattern looks like. Okay? All right. Okay, here we go. We're going to do it. I just have to... Oh, it keeps on coming off, man. This is annoying. I'm trying to do it with like the camera here and everything. It's making it hard. Okay. I know I have to get the carb cleaner bottle in a place so like it won't like rip it right out. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna turn it on. Ah, it popped out again. Okay, maybe I'm just gonna have to hold it, put my hand on it or something. Keeps on popping out. Maybe I just gotta shove it in there more. Okay, I'm gonna hold it. Okay, I'm gonna hold it like that. I hope. Okay, I'm gonna put like tension on it. All right, I think that'll do it. Make sure the straw's where it should be. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on and shoot it. Okay. Hopefully this will work. Okay, it's still on there. Okay, turn it on. Shoot it. There we go. It's getting everything wet, dude. Okay. Maybe leave it open for a little while. Well, it doesn't really matter. Hopefully it's not hopefully it's not shorting. Hopefully it's not conductive. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that one should be clean. Go disconnect it. I hope it's clean. So now I just want to get get some compressed air. I'm gonna blow some compressed air over there just to get some of that excess carb cleaner out. So that one should be clean. Man, does it get warm too when you do that? I don't know if it's supposed to get warm like that, but maybe it does. I'm not sure. Okay, here, round two. Round two, here we go. Okay, got it held into place. Got my carb cleaner ready. Turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, turn it off. Okay, it should be done. Hopefully that did the trick. I got it all wet and stuff, but okay, I'm gonna go shoot off all that excess carb cleaner with the air compressor hose. All right, that's number 2. Okay, so that's the second one that I cleaned. It's pretty good. I mean, the outside really doesn't look much. The outside is already pretty clean. But the important part is that the inside is clean, okay? I heard like if you have these sit for a long time that you should have them clean before you put them back in the car because they could start developing rust inside of them and stuff. But I've been kind of keeping them in a controlled environment. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other 2, and I'm just gonna speed the video up. All right. Also, if you guys are wondering what injector number this is, it says a NP-401, and it says 947 on the top there. So that's the kind of part number for this. It's a Nippon Denso fuel injector, and it should flow 560. 560, I think they're more like a 590 though, from what I've heard. They flow a little more than 560. Okay, that's the second one. I'll go get the other ones done. Okay, there we go. All done. So they're all clean and ready to be put in the car. So the good thing about the carb cleaner is it dries really fast. So that's what you want. You don't want it to look like sit around too much. But so those are Evo 9 injectors. They're probably the easiest injectors you can find because what the Evo guys do is usually they upgrade their injectors to bigger injectors, and then we just take their stock injectors. And so you can probably get these. I don't know how much you can get them for now, but you can probably get these for like around $100. Injectors are not cheap. I think if you bought a brand new one, man, it's probably $100 for just like one, you know. So yeah, one thing you want to make sure is that the seal is good. This seal looks okay. It's a little hard, but I think it'll be okay. Man, this little the plastic thing here is a little messed up. What's the deal with that? And you want to make sure there's no corrosion at all on these. So what we might want to do is put some dielectric grease on the connectors before we put them in the car. We'll do that when we install them. And then you want to make sure that this O-ring is in good shape, which this one does look like it's in good shape. You want to make sure there's no cuts or anything on it. It's not dry rotted, you know. And then you want to make sure there's a little plastic, kind of filter screen in here. You want to make sure that's nice and clean and not broken or anything, okay? And then obviously you want to make sure the injector body is clean and rust free. It looks fine to me. Maybe I can get like a wire brush and kind of clean off some of that dirt, but it's okay. It's gonna live in the engine bay and it's gonna get dirty again. So, so those are just some kind of things that you want to look for. So this one is a little funny. This one is a little darker than the rest of them. This little plastic cap here. So what's the deal with that? But it looked like they all kind of worked fine. So All right, so there you go. All nice and clean now. Hopefully. The inside is clean. That's the important part. You want to make sure the inside is nice and clean. So that is the first time Hades Omega has cleaned a fuel injector with a can of carb cleaner and a 12-volt battery. So I will probably wind up just keeping this fitting here for cleaning fuel injectors like that. So here's our Hades Omega's disclaimer. If you want to do this, don't blame Hades Omega if you mess up your fuel injectors, because I may have just messed up my fuel injectors. I don't know, by hooking up to this battery. That's one thing I'm worried about. I don't think the carb cleaner will damage the injectors. It's fine. It's for cleaning fuel stuff, and it's like plastic safe too. So because carburetors have plastic parts in them, but as much as possible, you don't want to get any kind of chemicals on the plastic parts. So, but yeah, it was designed for gasoline to flow through it. So I have never had these injectors cleaned or flow tested, so hopefully they're okay. I know, I hate to say it, if the car doesn't run right, it's probably because Hades Omega messed the injectors up, or they're dirty, and we didn't clean them properly. What we should have done is sent them to like Cruzin Performance or something and have them clean up the injectors and flow test them. You want to make sure that they're nice and clean, and you want to make sure that all the nozzles, the spray pattern is like the same on all of them, and they can do that. They can they'll check it, and they'll actually flow test it too. They'll shoot some kind of chemical through it for like X amount of seconds, and it should be like a certain amount of fluid should have came out of the injectors, and then they'll test how much came out. Is what I'm going to say. Okay, so I think that's probably the better route to go, but I want to see if we could do this. I just want to see if you could clean up the injectors for. And I'll tell you the truth, when I had used these injectors in the Eclipse ran great with them, so I don't think there's anything wrong with these injectors. So hopefully they won't have any problems in the Black Widow Galant VR4. So. Alright, well, thanks for watching. That's the end of that vlog. So the next thing to do is to obviously take the old ones out and install these, and we probably do that tomorrow. And then the next thing is to open up the ECU, kind of poke around in there and see if it's in good shape, and then whatchamacallit, and then install the new chip. So, and I got the chip out. I don't know where they are. We'll take a look at them when I get to that video. So, all right. So this video is just focused on cleaning the fuel injectors. So, I did it. I feel like I probably should have sent them out and did it instead. I had plenty of time to do it. So, I forgot how much it costs. I think it might probably cost like $10 or $20 an injector or something. So, but this is what I heard is the poor man's method of cleaning a fuel injector. You just get a battery, open the fuel injector by using a battery to open it, to actuate it, and then shoot some carb cleaner down the injector. And it looked like it worked, because you could definitely see the carb cleaner spray out the nozzle. All right, that's another episode of Hades Omega Black Widow Galant VR4. Thanks for watching. Here's me out.